Hi, Holly Lucille here. Shout out to my ND community. You know, one of the things that I have definitely done in the almost 20 years of practice that I have is continually learned from what my practice and my patients have had to teach me. Anywhere from the pace of my practice, like some years, like, why is this a little bit slower of a season than others? And I learned to do other things during that time and just really respect that. It was teaching me. My patients taught me all the time and still are. And certainly during this time, we need to take heed to the lessons and the movement of our practices. Most of us fussing around and trying to go virtual as much as possible during this crisis. And so let me say again, on this page and out there, there are incredible resources, the likes of Megan Walker and Tina Moore and Jolene Brighton, and you should invest in yourself, in your patients, and with them to get those deep into the weeds, how you do this for sure. But what I want to offer you today is some things that have gotten me through, not only throughout the 20 years, but certainly in the last, I would say, 20 days. So first, and I should say I don't have any financial affiliations with anything I'm about to depart to you. I have a podcast called Mindful Medicine. It's not monetized. Hardly anybody knows about it, but I had an incredible, he's a pediatric anesthesiologist out at Stanford, and his name is Greg Hammer. He's an MD, and he wrote a handbook called Gain Without Pain. So sort of turning that, no pain, no gain on its head. And it's a handbook for practitioners, healthcare practitioners, to avoid burnout or to help you during a burnout period. And I think what I've witnessed with myself and with my colleagues that we're burning out just starting to get started, right, in this new paradigm that we're living in. So the GAIN, G stands for gratitude, A, acceptance, I, intention, and then N is for non-judgment. And so I've started my morning with those four things in mind. And so you can get the handbook, I think it's nominal fee on his website, greghammermd.com. The other thing that really helped me in the beginning of my practice, and I have gone back to it because I kept the book, is something to keep me in right livelihood. And what I mean by saying that is that there's a fire hose of information, helpful information out there about how to do this, right? How to respond to this, not only for yourself, your family's safety and financial safety and health and yours, but your patients as well. And sometimes there can be sort of a guidance overload. So this is a little book that I picked up right after school called Building a Business the Buddhist Way. And so with all due respect to any personal journey or your practices, this is a business book. It's fairly easy. There's an exercise in it, but it helps you do what you need to do. It helps you keep in your right livelihood. What's good for you, what is in your path, what is important to you, what you can do with integrity to make money and to also serve. And so it's Building a Business the Buddhist Way. That's another sort of offering that I have for you that's been extremely helpful that I've come back to. It helps me not panic. It helps me get more myopic about it and just pay attention to what I need to do and sort of not look at what everybody else is doing. And my last tip for today is how to slay doubt, boss up, and succeed on your own terms. Same vein, it's called Fear is My Homeboy, and this is by Judy Holler. And you can get this wherever books are sold. And once again, no financial affiliations whatsoever, but I think these are fearful times. I have caught myself not understanding what I've been feeling. I've been saying like sometimes you need a canary in a coal mine to understand it, but fear is part of it. But you can make fear your homeboy as well. And my other suggestion, and that I will leave you with, is just be curious before critical of yourself. You're going through this as well as your patients are, and I know you're eager to get out there and provide care and make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because it is that old adage, if you don't take care of yourself, it's pretty hard to take care of anybody else. All right, so be gentle. Thank you.